Hey everyone, Chris this here. So, as you might know if you are my friend on Facebook, if you follow me on Twitter, this past Saturday I was in Philadelphia to see the national tour of Next to Normal, which was a Broadway musical which won 3 Tonys back in 2009, Best Score, Best Orchestration, and Best Performance by Leading Actress, which went to Alice Ripley. And she also was a part of this national tour playing Diana Goodman, the character that she played on Broadway and that she won the Tony for. Now, in case you aren't familiar with Next to Normal, let me just give you this brief plot summary here. And this is taken from its description on the TV Tropes website, which is tvtropes.org. Next to Normal is a Tony and Pulitzer Award-winning rock musical with book and lyrics by Brian Yorkey and music by Tom Kitt. The story centers around the Goodmans, a dysfunctional family consisting of bipolar depressive housewife Diana, who suffers from delusional episodes, her husband Dan, who's been struggling with taking care of her on and off for the past 16 years, their charming but unruly son Gabe, and their disaffected musician daughter Natalie. Also involved are Natalie's on and off boyfriend Henry and Diana's doctors, Dr. Fine and Dr. Madden. I did not know a thing about Next to Normal until the 2009 Tony Awards. In fact, going into the 2009 Tony Awards, I knew very little about most of the shows that were nominated. Until I actually watched the awards ceremony. So I was watching the Tony Awards that night, and Carrie Fisher came out to introduce Next to Normal, which you usually do in the Tonys. I'll have someone come out, explain the show, give a brief summary of it, and then introduce a musical number from the show involving some members of the company. So Carrie Fisher comes out to describe the show, and then tosses to the musical number, which ended up being You Don't Know, which segues right into I Am, which are 2 amazing pieces of music in the show. Basically, the way those pieces work, You Don't Know is all Diana singing to her husband Dan. You say that, you know what I'm going through. You say, you know what I'm feeling. You have no idea. You don't know what I'm going through. And then I Am is Dan's attempts to comfort her, trying to explain to her that, I've been here all this time. I've always been with you, so I know what you're going through. And midway through the song, Gabe comes in and tries to sing counterpoints to Dan's arguments. But, and I don't know what it was exactly, but just something about that performance, just maybe like the first time hearing that song and just the raw emotion and energy put forth by the characters in that song, it just reached out and it grabbed me, and it did not let go from that day. Needless to say, I was really disappointed when Billy Elliot won the Tony for Best Musical that year and not Next to Normal. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know Elton John did the music for Billy Elliot, and I have all the respect in the world for Elton John and all that. I think he's a great musician. But, I can't help but still find kind of funny that, even though Elton John has been lauded with so many things, he lost Best Score to Tom Kitt for Next to Normal. So at least that was one triumph. But I digress. So after seeing this performance on the Tony Awards I actually talked with a couple of friends about it, and I was just like, I have got to learn more about this show. So a few days after the Tony Awards, I stopped off at the Borders bookstore next to me and picked up the cast album. It is an amazing CD. Even now, like close to 2 years after I first bought it, I still cannot get enough of it. I still love listening to it as often as I can. That spent so much time in the CD player in my car. I can't even begin to imagine, how long it sat in there, without being, switched out for another CD. it is, honest to God, it is that good. I highly suggest going out and picking up the cast album. Like I said, the national tour is currently going on. I'm not sure where exactly they are now, where the other upcoming dates are. Like I said, they were in Philadelphia last week. If the national tour is coming anywhere near you, I highly suggest that you go see it. It is an amazing piece of theater. Just so incredibly powerful, so incredibly moving. If you do go to see it, trust me when I tell you, you're definitely going to want to bring tissues. Trust me. This is not it's upbeat at times because of the music, but it's really not a happy musical. This is not the kind of, light, happy, family-friendly fluff that you see so frequently in live theater these days. This is raw, powerful theater. It is... I'm getting choked up thinking about it. I honestly think that everyone owes it to themselves to either see the show or pick up the cast album and listen to it and just be moved by this story that Brian Yorkie and Tom Kitts composed and wrote. So I just thought it was tremendously written. The music is amazing, and this coming from someone who has no background in music at all. All I do is listen. I don't know anything about writing it, composing it. I just know that it's unlike most musicals out there. It just... Listen, the story just grabs onto you and refuses to let go until the very end. And I'm sure it's probably resounding with a lot of people who've seen the show or bought the cast album, listened to the music for one reason or another. It definitely resounded with me because I'm gonna get a little personal here if you don't mind. It's not something I talk about very often. But I actually used to be very close to someone with bipolar disorder. And in college, I dated a girl who was bipolar for the better part of 2 years. And she, by her own admission at times, she wasn't exactly, in the best of control. Like, she would, be on her medication, be off her medication. You never quite knew what to expect after a while. There was a time where she had tried to, get back on, her medication, monitor herself and take care of herself more strongly, but, the medicine just affected her so strongly. It took a lot of energy out of her. Like, there would honestly be days, like sometimes even weeks, where she would, miss several classes at a time because she just felt so tired because of her medication. And so it was kind of hard to try and deal with that. But I did my best to try and help her and support her. So late September of 2004, which was our junior year, we actually broke up. It was a fairly clean break, more so her decision, but we remained friends. Still, still very friendly with one another, hung out all the time, socialized. And then couple weeks after that, she tried cutting her wrists with a razor in her apartment bathroom. And, so, like, after that, she actually, left for a little bit. Was in observation at one of the local hospitals for about a week, this was over the period of fall break, which was like early to mid-October. And after her break, she was released. She said she was doing all right, feeling fine. Then a couple weeks later, she attempted to do it again. And so it was a whole big scene. Paramedics were called, from what I recall during paramedics were called, public safety was called. She was put into observation at a local hospital once again. And after this, the university actually asked her to leave because they classified her as a danger to herself and to others. So so that hit me, really hard, because at that point I knew that there was nothing I could really do to help her from that point on. Even after she left, like I said, we still remained friends. We still remained very close. And until April the following year in 2005, she sent me an instant message one evening. And, I don't know what was going on with her, but she was just really kind of abrasive and cruel in what she was saying. Basically said that she didn't care about me. She never loved me. She was glad that she had nothing to do with me. More that time, she didn't care about being on her meds. If she was fine with if she was, and she never wanted to speak to me again. So, like I said, it's been well over 6 years now since we've had any sort of contact. And, even though things ended very badly between the two of us, as I just described, I still do hope that she is okay. Like, I hope that she's found some way to try and stabilize things, whether it be through a new regimen of medication or counseling or whatever. I mean, like I said, I honestly do hope that she is okay. Though probably no one will ever find out, because like I said, it's been 6 years since we've spoken. She said she never wanted to speak to me again, and I've honestly pretty much forgotten all ways of trying to contact her. But let's say so yeah, the fact that I had that in my background also, I guess, say that made the show probably resonates extra strongly for me, because I sort of knew what the characters were going through, particularly the character of Dan, who's the husband. I really don't have much else to say about this. I guess just, like I said, if you have the opportunity to go see Next to Normal, by all means, take that opportunity to go see it. Trust me, it'll definitely touch you one way or another. It is such a powerful piece of theater that I believe everyone should see it. And if anyone out there watching this is struggling with bipolar disorder, or any other malady of that sort, or if you know someone who is bipolar, or any other sort of malady of that type, you be there for them. Try to be strong for them even when they can't be. Encourage them to do whatever they have to in order to be well and to take care of themselves. I guess this will do it. Thank you again for your time. Thanks for watching, and hopefully the next video I post will be a bit more uplifting than this one. All right, take care. Bye.